Man. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday. What I think? Are you ready for the solar eclipse? I ain't gonna really see it home, man.
Well, they say
No,
we could see it in Boston at like
Oh
3,
yeah, for
3,
sure.
4, 4 p.m. tomorrow. So
I ain't gonna see that heavy.
hopefully I
But
get to catch
ain't
that.
supposed to be today
No,
or
I think
tomorrow.
it's Monday. I think it's tomorrow.
We, I mean, it gonna happen. So by the time it happening here, it's gonna look like regular darkness, I guess.
I gotta check. I gotta check to see what time it happened in here, so I could go outside and go look at it. Everybody been telling me
You
to
go
go
look
look
at it.
at it.
But what you gonna gain from looking at it? A
I don't
headache?
know. It's cool, bro. I want
Yeah,
to get a little
superpower and
picture.
something. You never know.
That might
You ain't
unlock
gonna
a
like
new level for me, dog.
You never know, right? You
some creepy stuff that happened in DC when you had that blood moon and stuff like.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, the man said if this man said it's time to attack the Fire Nation, man. Once the eclipse come out, man. Man,
Yo,
man. But
they from Bola bag.
so Brian sent me a vibes, and I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram. What was Facebook or Instagram? I think it was Facebook.
I think on Facebook. Yeah,
Facebook.
on
So
Facebook.
Brian sent me a vibes. It was scenario. It was one of them. I might have asshole scenario. I didn't really get a whole second half of the what make you an asshole part, but I just want to talk about the situation itself. So the situation was a woman with 9 months left to live. She about to die. She get 9 months left. She know what going on. She gonna ask her husband if she can sleep with her ex one more time before she die. What is y'all? How are y'all reacting in that
First of all,
situation?
what the fuck? What the actual entire fuck kind of request is that shit?
That shit is insane,
Because
bro.
that is absolute bullshit. I don't care if you had 3 days left to live. If you had asked me that shit with 3 days, with fucking 5 minutes left, we draft another divorce paper right this instant, and
In the
that's
five
it.
minutes.
All
Hey,
ties
what?
cut off. That's it. You about to die. You're applying for full custody. Every fuck get from you. Cause that is absolutely crazy to even come out your mouth to
I
ask
feel
some
like
Anyway,
bullshit like that.
that
uh,
shit was made up, bro. I couldn't believe that shit. When I heard that, I
Hey,
said, no, man. Ain't
you'll
no
be
way.
no, I mean,
surprised.
the
You'll be
you'd be
surprised
surprised
of some
the
shit that'll
shit
come out
people
people
ask
mouth,
for.
dog.
What you say,
That
Brian?
is
You going for it?
crazy. If
That's
you
how
love me, you will let me do this.
Yeah, like
you
you
try
can't
gaslight at them.
you
Fuck.
gonna gaslight me into that. Like Fari said, my son, like you ever just get a sour taste in your mouth that just sour me like hey go
No,
from probably
yeah.
90 days left on your clock and by the time you don't lance you with water, you probably get a couple seconds left.
My gosh,
Look at
man.
the
God.
amount of water gonna give you right. Come on, like that
I
I think that's
I
a
don't
that
even know what my reaction would be.
I
Right.
don't know. That's a bold faced thing to say. You gonna ask your husband and the love of your life.
You
You
check.
know what I'm saying?
That sound
That
like he
mean what?
wasn't the love of your life.
No, that mean
Well,
I've
you
been
see,
married
he
for
probably the love
however
of your
last
life,
I'm
but he
married
wasn't the
since.
fuck of your life.
Exactly.
And
She
what
was
happened
imagining
there
that then.
is
She
she
was
went
imagining
straight
that then.
to sex. Husband wasn't up to par, and she went to the top down in I guess she right, and
In
still
my
That
that's
that
opinion,
bullshit.
last
in my
that
opinion,
last oh my
she had to
God.
been catting them. She had to been catting them. Ain't no way you get this
Hey,
thing. You had to have this thing in your mind for a while, dog.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and if you had
on
that,
your deathbed, you decide this is what you want to ask for. This is the last,
She
your
ain't nothing to
last hoorah.
lose. She ain't nothing to lose.
that sound like I mean, if it was her mind up serious, she had to have go back to them
Yeah,
sides a few times, man,
Watch.
over the
You,
years.
that's
you
what
see
I'm
how
saying.
they ask prisoners what they want for the last meal? She knows she wanted for her last ordeal. So check she wants to go with a bam.
Literally, pun intended. My gosh.
Hey, wait. So hold on. So let's say right. Let's say I and our last deathbed now, right? And your wife decided to say, you know what? Anything you want. I think I would make a request like that. Like that man say anything you want in life.
If
Anybody
I
you
was
But the
to
thing is,
make a request related to sex, it would include my wife in it, but with
fair.
additional parties. Maybe like if it was
you
sex
on your
related.
bed. Where are
If it
you
was
getting this
sex
drive? Where are
related,
you getting this
Dude,
drive?
what do you mean?
You have like
Men
you
ready
say
to
you
have
have
sex through anything.
You have
to
nothing
anything.
left to lose. You might as well just get out your
Because
last
once
nut
you go
box.
get hard, even if you're in a vegetable state, drop me them blue pills and let's get the thing going.
I mean, what better way to go out, bro?
Hey,
And you
even if
rest.
the doctor was to say, if you ever bust again, you will die. That will be your death. If
So
you
what?
if you don't bust for the next 3 months, you have 3 months to live. Bro,
You
I
need to take
dying
a nut.
anyways. Let's get it. Let's get the shots firing. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Even so, you see how you said that, right? You said with your wife. I don't think you got a God and say, yeah, man, babe, we've been rocky for 20 years and now about to pass on. But you could call up my ex from college. Just, I need that one more time. Dude, she gonna kill
Hey,
you right then and there. I don't know why you think
hey.
that or something that could come out of
That's
That's
what
why
mouth.
I
I'm
say
saying, bro.
if it was sex related, I don't think it would be a sex related request. I'd probably more so want to do my last hoorah trip or something to just see
Something.
some seventh wonder of the world type vibe.
I
Something.
think I think that's a figure up situation to be in, like, cause like you should tell. Let's say you say a last trip or a last meal. Well, I know what my last meal would be, but let's say like a last trip or something. I wouldn't know what the fuck I want to choose, bro. I don't get so much stress. Am I going dead? I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Like,
I
okay,
mean, most likely just keep it simple. Let's just go beach.
yeah,
Let's just go beach vibe out. Let's just continue to just do the little
Yeah,
things.
that's
Spend
exactly
time
relax.
with family. That's
I'm
really
about
what
to
it'll
go and
boil
get
down to.
17-hour flight on about to die. Like, what
Right,
a dog.
exactly. You. I would want. I definitely want to die in my home if that was the case. I wouldn't want something happen in the States or something happen in Dubai and I die with a bunch of people that don't even know me or care who this man be. No,
imagine dying in the middle of the ocean.
Wow.
Fall off the
Them,
jet ski and say for your body no more.
no
listen,
funeral, no cremation, nothing. You just gone.
That's
Yeah,
what
wow.
that.
I'm saying, bro.
Anything we passing over that pallet, fire pallet down there's some place.
No, that
Hey, that's gonna be the annual boys trip now, mister. We just go there and cool in our circle. A whole lot drink.
everybody go fishing. Just try to see if you can find parts of the body.
Now, wherever the fish them biting, that's where you rest in, man.
That's crazy. But without further I fucking do, man. Yaga love it, boy. The fire to say, yaga blah blah blah.
Yeah, black us out now.
Welcome to the motherfucking Come True podcast. I am your host today, the luxurious, the bearded, the best dressed, your boy Mr. Deshaun Webb. And accompanying me today, of course, I have my co-host,
Yes,
Fari.
I'll say it again. Yo, black us out now. It's your boy Fari. Thanks for coming through to come true the podcast.
Done to the vibes. And then we got our voice of reason, the resident voice, Mr. Peter Parker, aka Bryan Peterson. Man, what get that dog?
Everything safe, everything safe. Good to see them man now again.
We on the vibes, so y'all already know how we gonna kick the pot off, you know what I'm saying? It's another beautiful Sunday. Another time to be able to give some gratitude for what has went on through the week. We'll start with you, Farai. Talk to us.
Gratitude. Don't give so much gratitude for my daughter being good. So of course would always be appreciative and have gratitude for that. But one thing I have gratitude for is I see back home St. Croix, we in the 90s. So
Sheesh.
they've been feeling really good sitting in the mid 40s. So I'm appreciative of just the cool time in this time.
Gotcha.
It would suck to be stressed and blazing hot too. So
Facts. Hey, facts. There's a different kind of vibes when you gotta be hot, sweating, and you stressing. The vibes don't really
Alright, I
see.
feel like you guys targeting me.
Okay, now, Brad. I like that hat there, man. That hat bright and vibrant. My boy get your white teeth shining. I'm
Yeah,
like he
check,
getting
you know.
veneer and then fuck, I gotta get my teeth done. Like, well,
Oh,
okay.
that's gotta start brushing with all that fluoride toothpaste. Yeah, that's gonna happen, you know.
Well, okay, now what you
Um,
gonna do for?
besides being the one here stuck in the sweltering heat. Um, oh, we shouting out moms for this week, man. You know, we been eating straight out the garden this week. Everything,
Mm,
Mm.
you know,
mm.
from the broccoli, the spinach, the tomatoes, the onions, the farm
Mm.
raised eggs. We been eating from the ground. So
Hey,
shout out to moms, take a habit to a different level.
Big
You were
facts. Shout
able
out to
to eat
mom.
straight meals straight from the backyard. So big shout out.
hey.
Big facts.
That's a slept on thing. Gardening and
Hey,
really eating off the ground. Out the
ain't
ground. I
nothing.
say off the ground.
Ain't
Out the
nothing like
ground.
some homegrown vibes for real, man. But that fucking just hit
So,
different. You gotta get
Yeah.
away from the GMO. That's why the man teach bright so that the man eating homegrown food. Them food. Maybe if Tafari some homegrown food, might get in our bed a little better, man.
Hey
yeah,
man,
so
right?
I cut off mine and mine don't grow back. Like, sorry.
It's all good. We don't have to stick on beards, man. Let's
This could have
concentrate.
been the bearded podcast. What the fuck?
Yeah, Lee. I don't gotta go for them barber the
Oh yeah,
extensions, the wigs,
yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
call it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My boy will get his
Hey,
Brazilian beard. The fuck wrong, my yeah.
me gonna
Bust
judge
down
you. Me gonna
beard.
judge me. Yeah, check. Yeah,
Hey,
But
I don't have to
get,
hop on with
get,
one.
get,
I don't have to hop on with one of them beer one of these days.
yeah, get install me, boy. Yeah, install.
Hey.
yes, get it in style. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you keep it that all the time. When you go back in your room, take it out like a wig, hang it up on the mannequin.
Yeah, we still be gonna. We gotta start from
Hey.
the chin.
Gotta peel off. Hey.
Hey.
Whew. Long day. Take your beard off and cool up, man. It is that thing.
But I would say I am grateful and showing gratitude for just being able to say raised in the fucking beautiful Virgin Islands, man. VI to the wall, man, is an experience that I would not take away from my side. I really happy I had that experience. I really happy my kids getting to have that experience as well because man, it shaped who I am today. So shout out to the VI for sure. Is what give our beautiful accent and everything. And also,
Yes.
I'm grateful for Stella
Stella.
Rosa Red, man. This the wine of the week. This what we sipping on. Every week I give you a new wine. Now I might repeat something. Let me don't put that on top of me. Most weeks I can give Aya a new wine to test out. This one is semi-sweet, so Stella Rosa Red should not too hard to find if you're looking for something to sip on, fellas and ladies. Other than that, let me jump in, man. I've been getting asked a little bit now about the podcast. I say the podcast has been a little bit of traction now. People checking it out, they seeing what's going on. And I think people been asking like what was the motivation behind it, where the name come from and stuff like that. So I said today we could take a little time to address some of those questions, you know what I'm saying? Give a little background about the pod itself. And then we'll dive into some I think some cool topics later. So our voice of reason, you wasn't hearing the conception of the pod, but yeah. Well, technically, you wasn't in a forced conversation, but you know, you're our dog, so you pretty much hearing all our kind of
Yeah.
conversation.
Right,
But
right.
now that you is the resident voice now, what would you say is your vision? Why you decide to even come on the pod with us? Why you passionate about talking about some of the things we're talking about in the first place?
I mean, obviously, the first reason to be on the pod, I always good to, chat with the fellas, the bros. It's always a good time. So, I mean, if we have something at least once a week, we get to shoot the breeze, talk about something serious, or share our advice. It's always a good reason. That's one of the main reasons I decided to hop on the pod. Um, Next reason, obviously, a different point of view. All of us, have our own point on it. So, I feel like it got add, some stability to some of you guys' of our thoughts. And, you know, I also like the communication factor. So I like, being on the hunt for different guests to shed light on different things that are happening over here or abroad. Let's bring different voices to the pod so to broaden our perspective on certain things or to maybe change a few minds along the way. So that's my input on the pod. That's why I'm part of it. Come shoot podcast crew.
Facts, facts. For those who don't know, Bryan is our talent acquisition person. So if you hear from Bryan reaching out, he's speaking on behalf of Come True Podcast. He's speaking on behalf of the team. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna roll with what he's saying going, you know what I'm saying? We ain't stepping on my boy toes at all. So look out for a DM, man. Look out for a DM from the game. Fire right talk to us, man.
Man, for the longest, I wanted to have a platform to express my views on a lot of topics, personal experiences, what I've learned from them, and just my perspective on different things. Uh, Originally, I wanted to do a blog, but I was like, God damn, that's like homework every friggin' other day having to type out shit. Then I was thinking about a vlog, but I was like, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to go do a vlog or anything like that. And then I'm a TikTok scroll. I enjoy TikTok. So just seeing the different paths and the conversations that they having and just the vibe and the energy of it with people just feeding off of each other. I was saying, okay, a part is what I want to do. And while I was away with my daughter originally in Miami for her health issues, I was like, I ain't have nothing better. Let me get all this equipment together. Let me get everything ready to get this thing going so that it, we could really just kick off when we get home. Well, when I get home. Originally, it was just me. I brainstormed a bunch of random names, but I wanted it to be related to the VI, but not necessarily just VI alone. So Can Rinka come true in Jacksonville, not Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, and I was just going through a bunch of names and come true was the one we have really like, and it was. And for those that don't know, come true is really us saying come through, but with our accent, it sounds like come true. And then just with a little wordplay, we change it from through to true because I wanted the pod to really be about people bringing their authentic selves, being real, just bringing their genuine opinions and things. No sugarcoating, no acting for anybody. Just really just bringing yourself to have real conversations between people. And then, of course, from there, Web, when you come down the other day, we had these conversations just talking, and we was like, yo, why not merge these minds, coming together and do this thing together? And hey, from there, we're born now. So
Hey, the
I
fuck
do
we
a
here.
few
We here.
episodes by myself, and it was just a little weird doing the pod alone, talking to myself, because it really did sound like I was just talking to myself. And then when you're talking by yourself, at least for me, when I was doing the pod, it I was like creating a voice that wasn't mine, and it was just really awkward. So like hearing the playback, it was just so cringy, and I was like, nah. So those that never get posts, and then good thing you have come down a few days after that, and we just start just talking, and that came up, and the rest is history.
True, true, true. For me, similar path. I actually have recorded some episodes myself. I was doing interviews. So originally the idea of me getting into podcasting was I wanted to be able to share the stories of entrepreneurs of different levels and what it took for them to get there so that people could be able to come to the platform and see and learn and be able to replicate some of the stuff to help them progress in life. For me, my whole life mission is to be able to influence a bunch of people to progress in their life, to live happier, to live healthier, just to build a mind up, or whatever the case may be. My end goal is to be like a life coach, a business coach. So I recorded those two videos, interviews. I won't redo them here on the battle, but when we have come true. I never really put them out. And then I think Mountain and Chris, shout out to with the green. That man linked me to do Cause and Cause podcast, the sports podcast. So now I start doing the podcast with them, and I kind of build up my confidence with just talking. And I like, you know what, this can kind of cool. I could really get behind this. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you never know how something gonna be until you start really training. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is pretty dope. I could do this, introduce her to the platform to use and stuff. So then I was looking for hosts. I was actually looking for people to say, I didn't want to do it myself neither. I don't want to sit down here and talk to myself. Also, for those who know me, I don't put videos, but a lot of my best content that come through discussions with other people. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of pressure to just sit here and just, okay, kick out some dope bars or shit, whatever you want to call it. I'd just give mine black. But when I talk it to other people, it's like, all right, it could flow a lot easier. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So then, like you shared, went home for carnival, invite the man to the beach. The man was supposed to bring your whole family. The man just come by
I
himself.
didn't get a memo, guys. I didn't read between the lines. Sorry.
So we sit on there by KMB and start to just talk about, I forget what topic we're talking about, but we started talking about some topics. And you know what, man, this is why we needed the podcast to talk about these things. Not because we think our opinion is necessarily right, but just to start certain conversations, just to be able to spark something in people. And like Tafari was sharing, I'm Bryan, to be able to like share our different experiences and hopefully somebody latch on to something that help them get you whatever they get you, as well as us. Like Bryan was saying, we're gonna have so much guests that's coming here who have their own experiences. So it's a opportunity to network, an opportunity for us to learn from other people's experience. We may have a therapist and here, we may have a musician and here. We don't know who gonna come and here. You know what I'm saying? And it gave us a lot of exposure to different kind of people. And then I was good to be able to talk to my dogs them on a weekly basis about whatever the hell going on in our life. And like Far said, come true is real, man. I wasn't there for the creation of the name, but it's a fire name, like Far I say, man. I didn't want to be a part of nothing with It's like we on skin and teeth and hiding like the true stories. Like we keep it as real as we possibly can without like pouring people personal business out there that don't want to be out there. Like for us, if we tell a story, it's a real story. We may not say the real names, but trust is a real story. We giving y'all our real raw thoughts. We're gonna be on this part open to changing our mind. We might be strong in one thing, and by the end of the part, we have a whole different take on it. You know what I'm saying? So just want to build a
Right.
community to be able to rock out, man. Now we taking over the VI, man. I hear all this talk with the big tree. Man, you know who the big tree podcast is all time, boy. Come true, come in true to shake up the place, man. What game nine? Nah, man, we looking forward to doing some collaborations with other different podcasts that's out there. No real like I don't think we really had a monetary goal or anything like that. We really just kind of went to a place for us to sit down here and chat. To be honest,
Yeah,
and like
really and truly. And to connect to people.
straight up. But anybody have anything else to say about the pod? Are we jumping into our main topic for
I
the
think
day?
we kinda
Cover everything, man.
cover most bases. Anything could come out in the future.
Say less. And if anybody interested and coming to come true, like I said before, we have all said it. You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be anything. Like if you just have a voice, you want to just share some vibes. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to shoot a message to any one of us on our personal pages or message the come true page, and we'd be more than happy to have a if time allows it. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, we got one topic for the day. We're gonna take us into the end of the day, pretty much. Heavy topic. We're all above the age of 25 now. We have all been through different experiences. I saw it on Facebook the other day. People were giving advice to men that's 25 and under. I see, you know what? It'll be dope for us to give our perspectives and our shares on what we think is some good advice for men 25 and under. Any volunteers to start? Or I want me to kick
I'll
it off.
start. I'll start.
Irie, Irie.
Um, first set of advice I would give, especially with being men. We could be very prideful. I mean, humans in general, but men tend to have a different level of pride. And I, my advice would be to check your pride at the door. Because oftentimes your pride holds you back from so much opportunities, whether it be you're not willing to reach out to ask somebody for help, for advice, for their opinion, for just to learn something new, for a mentor, anything. Pride to really hold a lot of people back from getting where they need to get. I mean, I've had that issue myself in school, UF. No,
Mm,
I grew up doing great in school, never really had to study, just getting great grades, and then eventually reality of hard courses catch up to me, and I had reached a point where I really needed help. I needed to go to these office hours um to ask for help with the TAs, and my pride just never having to ask before had me in just a crippling, stagnant place where I reach to the point where I get to these doors for these courses and I just pacing back and forth. Never went into the office hours just because that pride hold me back from doing so. So I
True.
just ended up struggling through the latter half of my school, not getting the best grades, but still moving along and reaching to the point of graduation. So pride, check your pride at the door.
I want to go back and forth. You just want to list off a couple.
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
Back and
That was
forth. Why
my
you go
first.
back
That
and
was my
forth?
first one.
Every Bryan kick up. What you saying?
Um, Advice for those 25 and under. Safari gave a good kickoff, so let me stay in those same lines. He mentioned, his pride and it holding him back, whether to ask questions, to listen, so forth. Under 25 for me, be okay with failing. I would suggest
Mm.
it sounds so bad, guys, but fail more when you are young. That's the time you have to correct it. That's the time you have to learn from it. And failure builds you up. It builds character. When you go through life, everything seems to come too easy. It gonna break you when life gets hard because people often tell you, oh, this and that, dark days don't always last. But the reality, how I like to see it, is spring don't last forever. I mean, shitting will always be sweet. And if
Mm.
things been easy for you, like how far I said, things always been easy for you, that means you're doing easy things. Do something that you're not accustomed to doing so you could feel, so you could know what that's like. Because if you skate and everything easy and things are easy handed to you, when pressure hits you after 25, you may not be able to bounce back as quick. People who know what it feels like to get their knees boot up, to go through a little struggle, to lose a little sleep, to lose a little weight, depending on who you're feeling at, it helps to build that character to toughen you up for the real world because in life, every spring will be every day. Sometimes you have to go through that storm, and it's best that you know how to prepare for that storm. Pack your umbrella, put on your raincoat, and know that you could, venture through it because when you don't feel young, feeling old and not still like you come with more weight. Because you're over 25, your knees may buckle a little bit. So I said that's a big thing, like, like definitely try to venture outside your box so you can get that knockdown so you know how to get back up and to try harder. So that's my first piece that I will give up.
I like that. My first piece of advice for men under 25, people in general, I guess we're talking towards men, but a lot of these gonna be able to just be in 25 in
Anybody, yeah.
general. Yeah, to be honest, but just know that some of the stuff may be a little bit catered to men. But I'm gonna like tie in two things I like to say to kind of tie into this as well. Be patient, but be persistent. I
Mm.
think like we're in a microwave system right now where you have social media, you're watching everybody lives, and you feel like you can almost start to feel like by
Everybody gonna pop.
25, yeah, you're supposed to have your life just going crazy, big house. And the reality is, when you start to get around those ages, you realize like that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? For some, it may be like that, but if you put so much pressure on yourself to make it so quick, you end up not making it. You end up depressed. You end up with so much mental health problems, and then certain things you get into it, realize it won't self worth it. So just be patient with your progress, but at the same time, be persistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be scared to fail. Like, keep on your efforts. Like, push that pride aside and be able to say, you know what? Okay, I have to be able to get this done, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there, try different things, have patience. Like, Rome wasn't built overnight. Nothing was really built overnight. All those cases you see of things just blowing up, that is one in a million chances. You know what I'm saying? Do not come out here with the expectation that it's going to go exactly like that for you. You know what I'm saying? Well, and then don't even comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm. That was
You
my.
know what
Mm.
I'm saying? That's gonna be
That's my next one right there.
all right, all right.
Jeez.
I can just like so I preface it, but go ahead, Tafari. You go ahead and talk
Ram.
about
So the
what
next
I would say.
advice is do not compare yourself to others, to their journey, to their process, because you don't know what they did, what they had to go through to reach where they're at. And comparison could really put you in a dark place of thinking you behind, thinking that you just not up to par. And when really and truly that's just not the steps that you taking to get to where you need to be. Like,
Facts.
I again college for me.
Mm,
I've been in the 3-2 program for UVI. You go UVI, get your math degree, go to a partner in school for engineering degree.
mm,
Um, when we got up there, they tell us off rip, it's not 3-2 program, it's a dual degree program. You're not graduating in 2 years. So it's 6 years for me to get my bachelor's degrees as part of that program. So
mm.
by the time I reach year 5, year 6, man done graduate with a bachelor's degree, graduating with a master's now, and I was starting to feel a little behind, like a failure, because like god damn, I still here in school with these youngins. I a old head now, looking like a conk. Everybody else just doing their thing, getting into their careers, and it did put me in a pretty dark place comparing myself in that way, and just check yourself in that regard because comparison again could be the killer of joy, like Webb say.
Facts, facts. Brian, my next one.
Alright, the pivoting now, pivoting.
Irie.
Something that everybody that go through. This one is for men and women, obviously, but like Web said, I'm gonna speak more towards men because I am a man, so I don't really have to speak on it. But under 25, get your bread right, fellas. Under 25, you're young, you can work more, you can do more, you can dabble more. There's a lot of things that you could get involved with. That's the time you could be chasing your career and your passion simultaneously because you have the endurance for that. And check, that's the time where you could really be saving it and packing it in for the future that you want, whether alone or preparing for your future with the partner that you choose in life. So
Especially if you ain't
you
got no
have your
kid. If you ain't got no
exactly,
kids or no vibes around them age, you gotta be hustling, dog. Not overworking yourself, but hustle for real,
yeah,
dog.
like saving up them nuts for that snow winter because you don't know what's gonna happen to you. Like I said, Father Time slow you down. So when you can move on it, move on it. You know,
I like
keep
that.
stepping forward. Yeah.
I gonna piggyback off yours a little bit, and that's to like really take an intentional interest in financial literacy. Meaning like
Facts.
understanding budgeting, understanding saving, understanding investing, understanding the power of compact interest, understanding, hey, let me start putting away something for retirement into a Roth IRA or your company's retirement program, whatever the case may be. Just understanding taxes. Like sometimes you reach that age and you don't really understand tax too much, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there, pick up a book, watch a YouTube video, and just get a little bit of understanding about these things and have the conversation start the conversations within your circle um around these things, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of cultivate that environment around you. Far right. The next one.
All right, our next one for under 25 specifically. Don't be so quick to move out your parents' house. Don't
I
be so
like that
quick. I
one.
mean, there is you reach to a certain point where being under somebody's house might be stunting your growth, but before you reach to that point, don't be so quick to move out because that's where you could really take advantage of not having rent, not having a lot of the bills you will have when you do step out your parents' house. And you could, if you're intentional about it, this is why being intentional is super important. You
Yeah.
could really pull up a good bit of money. So I mean, even to the point where instead of moving into a rental, you can move into a duplex where you
House.
rent out the second
Duplex.
side, the half rip,
That goes back
and
to
you
what
don't
Webb
have
mentioned.
a great asset in your hands, straight
Mm-hmm.
off of saving while being under your parents' roof. So
I really
that's
like that one there. I would say like I don't know if it's still going on as much now because obviously we all above these ages, we all outside our parents. Well, I don't know if you still at home, Brown, but your situation kind of different altogether. But I feel like it was a kind of like a pressure to like jump off the porch. Like if a man and I've made jokes around it to people. I remember when I was first in the military, and my boy, shout out to Waka. Waka mother used to still pay his phone bill, dog. And I used to clong the
Mm-hmm.
man for it so much, dog. Like I used to
Yeah,
always
yeah.
get the man kind of wanted to tell the man that he ain't a grown man. How we gonna talk to you instead of grown your man still paying your for. But boy, when I start to really start racking up some bills, listen, I'd be glad for anybody to take any one of my bills there right now. Take one, B. I think that's a very, very, very important one, man. Do not rush yourself into being an adult or whatever you want to call it to impress anybody, bro. This thing is hard, and more people often than not, especially in this economy, are in those positions where they have to have like roommate, even like having a roommate. Like if you need to have a roommate, don't not let people tell you, hey, you still get roommates, especially men. Don't let these girls pressure you like, oh, you get roommates and look at you a type of way. Partner man, trust what I telling you, they gonna still be there. Like as soon as you get your bread up and now you get your nice car and you got duplex, you get some income coming in from your next unit. Them same girl that were talking all of that, bro. Them man gonna still be there. Them man gonna still be patching. Don't worry about it, bro. That's a
and
underrated.
just think about this, like in the case with the roommates, stepping outside of the black community in the other areas where people actually stick together. No shade
Mm-hmm.
to us, man. Man, that like immigrants that move into the US, that move even to the VI, the man is shock up. Even if man sleeping on the ground, like I mean, we talking about serious
Yeah, bread,
sacrifice,
bread got
and
to save.
the man save and they do save as a group to do things together, but they put themselves in a situation where they could optimize their savings to do greater things.
Dag,
And that's something that we don't necessarily think about because of dumb shit like clowning man for things like that. But that's something to think about.
real spill right in the military that is like promoted amongst the people them who like into real estate and thing. That man will tell you like, yo, grab a house, you and your partner them get in the house, I split the rent. Now I paying cheap rent, and I rinse and repeat this project. As soon as the next man get enough to buy a house, boom, you go rent out this house that you in. I go move into his vice now, still keep your cheap rent, and then flip it. Now I got a bunch of real estate together. You know what I'm saying? Like again, where's the skin the cat if you put your pride aside and we take
Right.
it like I was shock up for a long time. I won't say shock up, but I had roommates for a long time by choice. And I always had enough money to pay for my own spot. But I say, you know what? Why not save money? You know what I'm saying? No, we get rental on the board. No, we get a little bit more money to do these kind of things. Like, don't have no shame. But go ahead, Brian. We don't kidnap a lot of time talking about fire. Right? Good ass fucking point.
No, a good one, that's a good one. But it will actually you to go, I believe. No?
Okay.
Or me? You go, you go,
It
you
don't
go.
matter. I got one. I got one right now. Invest in yourself. Invest in
Mm.
yourself. Invest in yourself. Like, and I mean this so much, man. During this time when you're growing, invest in skills, man. More so than ever before. Like, especially if you're making money and you have the money to be able to put into like gaining some skills and some personal development and things, and like even investing yourself in the sense that like I'm gonna get to this next one, I'll save it for later. But invest in yourself, man. Like open the books, go to school, like go chase some education and chase some specialty skills. Even if you're in college, hey, if you get the time to be able to get something on the side, a little certification or just build up a skill, I telling you, it's gonna be what wild when you start getting older and older and older to be able to have these things in your back pocket. On top of the
And
fact
out
that we go ahead.
and I was going to say outside of education, like if you have a passion, invest
Yeah,
in creating that into to something bigger. In that could be equipment, that could be anything that could really drive that passion to become something greater than just for yourself.
facts. Facts. Take the time. And like it goes back to what Brian was saying too. Like, don't be scared to fail. Like just go out there and try shit, bro. Like for real. Like when I grew up I had people know me for flat out fitness that were doing that. Like people know me for a lot of different things.
Flat
You know what I'm
out
saying?
fitness.
You know what I'm saying? Like go try shit. Just go out there and try shit and see what stick. Like this is your time to kinda learn who you is, learn the kind of person you are, and figure out what career path you want to go. Because half the time, people that go to college that don't end up being what the hell they want to do, and sometimes it's
Right.
because they ain't spending enough time like
Thoughts.
just doing different shit to
Exploring
see
more
what they
things,
really
yeah.
like. You know what I'm saying? They get a pressure to wall out. I gotta go do this to make a bunch of money, or I gotta go do this because this part. No, just go out there and try shit, bro. Fuck it, fail. Like you all right.
Right.
I like it.
All right. Who next? Who next? Who next?
Let
Hey.
me take it. Okay, you said something that was good. You mentioned it. Wow, dive a little deeper.
Mm.
Fellas, You look at in the eyes. You're under 25. Get to know yourself.
Facts.
Hmm.
Get to know
That's
yourself.
that's big.
What do you stand for? What are your values? What things are you not gonna accept in life? That's the time you really get to know yourself. Isolate yourself from all the noise of the media. Sit down with yourself and reflect. What are you about? Check in with yourself. Am I in a good mental state? Are these things that I'm doing, are they right for me? Get to really know yourself. Because when you know yourself, you're not fall for anything. You check. When you know yourself, you could, do self check-ins. You know when something off for you. You know, when you truly know yourself, that's when you'll find the person that you're meant to be with. You're not meant to make
Right.
mistakes. So,
Now I'm
you
piggyback off at
Go
you
ahead, no, go ahead. I'm ready for you. Go
sorry.
ahead.
I thought I'm piggyback off of that and then I'll jump into to my own.
Hey,
Um yeah, with getting to know yourself, to love yourself, to invest in yourself and really just put yourself first, all those other things come to you so much easier. That person, that woman, that man, whoever it is, step into your life without you even searching, it come into your life. That career path going to find its way to you because you just open that channel of who you are and now you just kind of just flowing through the current of who you are and things going to just start dropping into place and you're going to feel like just divine intervention, which
yeah.
I believe it honestly is.
Mm,
And when you find yourself, things just start to happen. So instead of focusing on relationships, focusing on other things, focus on yourself and those things will come.
Come in. Yeah, I like that. For real, for
So,
real.
so, and I was going to pivot unless anybody wanted to continue
No,
on that a
go
little
ahead.
bit,
Go ahead.
um,
I jump back on.
a little deeper
mm-hmm,
in. So, for those, I mean, we all have parents. Some passed on, some not in good relationships, completely estranged. If you are in that, it's like in a strange type situation where you're not really speaking properly with your parents and you're not on good terms, not even having to speak to them face to face. Take the time out to write a letter
mm,
expressing all these feelings. If it's not, if they pass, still write that letter, and it's
link
a
up.
way to really make yourself whole. Because you do come
Mm,
from your parents, you have a deep connection that you might not even know still exists, but it's there. And when you have unspoken things that really just battle up, it kind of a nip in like your key and your energy. I'd say so. Take the time out to unloose those knots, send out those letters to get those expressions to them because it's a very powerful thing.
I never
And
even
and
thought
and
about that.
a letter is better because you could really express yourself as respectfully and genuine as wholeheartedly as possible, but you don't have any time for any answer back and feedback, especially if your parent is stubborn. They could just read and just see your feelings out there playing out. And it's therapeutic, it's helpful. It sometimes it creates those bonds that you thought never would have ever been able to be possible ever again. Just
mm-hmm.
try doing that
Mommy, I
and
love
just
you.
see.
When I would give, damn, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Pause. Um, yeah, no diddy, no diddy. Let me pivot to our next one. Okay, it kind of goes along with that. Be intentional about building healthy relationships. And when I say that, I don't mean like my girlfriend and these kind of things. I mean in general with just people in general. Like, I don't think people like we talk about it, but I don't think people grasp the power of being able to network. And when you're at that age, you're gonna come in contact with a lot of different people in different areas of life who are trying to figure out what they're trying to do as well. And it's a great time to kind of like learn from other people's experiences and just build some lifelong friends who could help to take you to different places, who could help you in your times of need and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't
Yeah.
go out there just willy nilly. I know we're in this place where everybody want to talk about everybody so replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, songs are fine and dandy, but it really doesn't. It's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? Yes, technically everybody's kind of replaceable, but some people gonna bring certain things to your life that others may not bring. You know what I'm saying? So cherish your friends, you know what I'm saying? Go out there, talk to people, learn about them, and go out there and have good intentions and good moralities about the people you're meeting, you know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with women and these kind of different things for the men, like don't be so quick to rush. Like go out there and date, take your time, learn about that person. And I guess I segue into one more real quick. Don't even start taking no crazy relationship serious until you do one of the steps we talked about before, which is to learn about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I would say this for me, you know what I'm saying, me personally, until I really learn to love myself properly, is when I was able to love others properly. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, you're just trying to like figure shit out. You don't really know what's going on, and you could end up hurting a lot of people just in that figure out process. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going through certain things and you just don't really know what's going on, do not rope other people into your shit. Take the time, like we talked about. Show some patience, some persistence. Swallow your pride. All the shit we talk about just now, you know what I'm saying? And learn yourself and then go about chasing some of these not chase, I don't want to say chasing. Go about seeking and looking for some of these relationships and starting some of these relationships and do it with pure intentions, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got. That's the one I got.
And on the topic of relationships, before Brian jump into something else, also it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay. It happens, and you don't have to feel guilty about it because sometimes, honestly, your friends can hold you back. You know, they say you are a collection of what your five closest
Yeah,
friends.
for the
That's
closest
kind of
people, yeah.
you're a reflection of that. And sometimes, man, that you friends with back in the days in your childhood, they really ain't on the same wavelength as you anymore. And it's not necessary to force it. I mean, it's our love at the end of the day, but it's okay to take a step back and move in forward progression.
I'll piggyback on that real quick. I would say like this one dude, I forget his name. He told me this, but he was like he got friends for different things. You know what I'm saying? Who
Mm.
like his main circle is gonna be people who he trying to be like, people who like him, and they are on a common ground, and they are talking about these kind of things we talking about. But then he won't alienate. Like he have a friend who all this friend interested is just going out and partying. So while he can't be around his friend all the time, he know when it's time to go party, that's the friend he gonna link, you know what I'm saying? And he'll tell him like, yo, hey, right now me and you ain't kind of the same beat, but anytime I try and go hit that party, hey, just know if we still cool, I gonna link you, you know what I'm saying? And people gonna respect you being honest with them. And if they don't need to be your friend in the first place, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
True.
that man can't respect that the trajectory you trying to go on or the different place you trying to be in, and it's no disrespect to their lifestyle. People don't feel like because you don't like the way they the things they doing is like you don't fuck with them. And like no, everybody have that their own life to live. You know what I'm saying? So you could be able to tell somebody, yo, we can't really par like that, but we still cool. There ain't no beef, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't really be around you the whole time. So I really respect that. Man, you got next one or you want me to? I mean, fire. You want me go on next one?
Well, you didn't gather your words, bro.
You said
Um,
what?
oh, where I could pivot again. I like jumping off the deep end of minds. Just to keep
Mm.
it mixy. A big one that some people are extremely good at, some people are extremely horrible at, and some people fall in the on and off boat like myself. Fellas, from from, from the time you have a certain age, I say 18 to 25, that's the best time. Focus on your physical health.
You know it's
Okay?
crazy. That was gonna be the next one I bring up.
It came to me when you
I didn't
mentioned
catch that,
flat
did
out
it?
fitness. You know,
Oh,
that's what I remember. Like that was a pivotal one. I think you were around that age too when you were starting it too. When your
Yeah, I
ideas
think
about
I
that
was about
coming around.
20, but I think about maybe like 20 when I started with Flat Out
Yeah.
Fitness.
So that that's a big one, because your physical health is the most important thing. It will affect your mental, your social, so your financial health, everything with
Fact.
your physical health is doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's for longevity. You want to be able to be able to do a lot of things in your life and look good doing it, and feel good about it. So And when you get to those ages where you're looking to have kids, you want to be able to, be active with your kids and still be young to do those same things with your grandkids. And I start to know because after a certain age, you will only be maintaining, you won't be able to pack on as much and do as much or be as fast. So the groundwork and the foundation that you make at a younger age will really show up to, when you start to progress. Not like some of us who getting back in the game and then late, but better late than never, you know what I'm saying? Pushing them 115 dumbbells like it was 10 pounds now. So everything is for a reason, but if people start that now and don't see it as like a task, just see it as a part of your lifestyle. You don't have to be going to the gym, but just be active, not just for your physical appearance, but for your health, for mental health. It's something it's a time for you to just release that tension.
Yeah.
So
You
I'll
take that time
say
to self reflect and shit that we were talking about.
exactly. Like unlike most people, like when I do exercising, I don't even listen to music anymore. Like before, I had to listen to hard music and getting into fitness for all the wrong reasons. Like okay, boom, I want to wear these kind of clothes, or I gotta talk to this kind of girl. Like no, no, that's doing it for me. There's really no reason, and I do it for anything. I don't listen to no music at all. It's the only time that my mind is completely blank. And that's what's best for me. It gives me that time to just flush out everything from the day and to just start a fresh one workout. So it's just something that I think all of us men should look into, especially starting at a younger age. And keep building upon it throughout. It's not something to end. Like I said, it's supposed to be implemented into your life in some way or form. So that's a big one now.
Facts. Fire, you get one ready right now?
Yeah, I get one ready. On with adding to that, just
Okay, cool.
find your way in anything that you're doing. I mean, you see, like with the gym and everything, it's easy to start off going to the gym, but your why could really be the deciding factor on your consistency
Yes.
and your persistence. So that's what I add to that. What I wanted to say is
Wait, before, I don't want to let it. I don't want to let that moment lose. I want to share a story to drive that home. The
mm,
reason I fell off after the gym after I found out fitness was because of my wife. So at the time when I started all of it, my why was just to look good to pull woman. That was it. I didn't give a shit about nothing else. To look good to pull woman. So then I would start doing that, and after a while I get lackadaisical, and then I start to realize that I could pull woman without any of that. So now I start to fall off, and straight up I start to fall off on the physical health. You know what I'm saying? And then I end up getting problems after that. So that finding your why is very important, very, very, very important in anything. And I'm saying you need a strong why to be able to continue on the days that you don't want to do it, the days that you
Exactly.
feel tired and I'm shit like that.
If you're
Your
doing
why
it
will
for the
keep
wrong
you going.
reason, you ain't gonna have no drive to behind that
You
thing.
gonna have no drive. All right, go on fire, my bad.
Run it.
no problem. That was a great addition. So what I'll say next is learn to effectively communicate.
Mm.
It'll save you so much pain in your relationships with
That
family,
motherfucker is
with
for
friends,
everybody.
with
Fuck at 45
employers,
and none
with
that.
business partners. This is for everybody. This is for everybody.
Yeah.
But you have a early since you're young, you're under 25. This is a
True.
great place to start, so you could avoid a lot of hardships in the future.
Yes.
It help with so much, and with communicating also comes listening.
That's
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 some
what I was going
people.
to interject.
That's some
That's a
people
major part of
hardest part of
communication.
communication. They don't even get what the other person is saying because they only trying to respond. The person said something 5 minutes ago from what they were saying, and you still stuck on that one thing because you waited for them to stop so you could to address only that, and you don't forget the whole rest of what was said. And it also includes pride. Sometimes somebody might say something at top, and your pride you only focus in on that because now you're in defense mode because your your
Yeah.
your little ego is hurt when really and truly they actually had a very important message to tell you and you didn't receive none of that because
Fell
you
on
were
deaf
simply
ears.
not listening. So communicate, listen, they go hand in hand. Learn to do that properly. Please.
Bye.
That was a gem.
All right. I want to go wrong with one more.
Yeah, shooting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
One more
actually, we're gonna
each.
go wrong. We're gonna go wrong with one more, and then I have a quick question, a little bit off brand. So we're gonna go wrong with one more to wrap up that topic, and I want to hear our thoughts on this.
Okay.
But the one more I gonna give. So I had my kids when I was about 20 years old. I think 20 or 21, or 20 making 21 when I had my first daughter, Nala. So my advice for men under 25: unless you are financially stable and you are in a good relationship with the women that you are dealing with, first of all, wrap it up so that you don't have some unintentional kids. I tell you right now, kids gonna change the trajectory of your life. When them kids come into play, all that shit that you were thinking and some of them goals might have to go for a little while at least, go through the window. Wrap it up and do not have no kids until you're in a financial position to be able to sustain these kids and you are with a woman that you could really see as a mother. I know there's a big thing we talk about to everybody out there just having sex around, da 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 da. Listen, we don't need no more broken homes and we don't want to bring no children into struggling homes neither, you know what I'm saying? Like if you still struggling, there's no reason for you to be bringing children. I mean, some fuck up. I don't care. I'm gonna die on this hill. If you struggling, there's no reason for you to be out there putting out a bag of children to have them struggle as well with you. You know what I'm saying? That gonna only increase your struggle and make it worse on you, which gonna have a negative effect on their lives. So take your time, find a right girl, explore ourselves, go get you some money, a little decent money that makes sense, and then plan a little better. We know what's gonna happen. You still gonna have some unplanned children, but before you even start doing some of these things, just plan it out a little bit better, man. Plan it out a little better, please, please.
And to add to that, yeah, I know y'all, not y'all, I mean y'all, but
Mm.
25
They're
and
doing it.
under everybody, y'all don't hear them horror stories about when you do choose the wrong woman and you have a baby with the wrong woman. This is catered to the men. So ladies, yes, we know they have some deadbeats and some fuck boys out there. This ain't about you. We talking about 25 and under men, okay? So yes, that exists, but there's horror stories and so much man dealing with some very messed up baby mamas that just using the children to hurt them. So
Facts.
really be intentional. Again, this intentionality goes through all of the things that we spoke about today. Be
Hmm.
intentional. If you can't see this woman and you don't want to be with this woman long term to create a home and to create a healthy environment for the kids to grow up in, wrap it up or don't
Please,
have sex.
because you can't come back and try to tell her to get abortion and these
Right.
kind of sick things. That them no, wrap it up, dog. Like, come on,
Yeah.
be adult about it. It takes two to tango, and we part of the tango. We losing water. Don't lose no water, man. Just wrap it up. As a man, listen, right? Back in them days, if I blaze raw, I loosen water, dog. I might pull out game a week, dog. I
And
pull out
that's
game.
just
Voice
a
of
lack
reason.
of discipline. You see?
Have
But
discipline.
I feel like pull out could work. I feel
It
like it
does
Nah,
could
we
not.
work,
can't promote it.
honestly.
We
It
can't
does not.
promote
It
But
does not. It
no.
does not. We're not co-signing this. It does not.
Hey,
It
Hey,
does
I say it could
not.
man.
work because with me and my wife,
You, that's just luck. Don't
that
don't
wasn't
demote my
luck, bro.
man.
That was intentionality.
No.
Hi, hey,
But
we're
no,
not
Hey, fella.
25 and
most of
under.
our man
Don't
pull
play
out
with
game weak,
loaded
so
guns.
don't pull out. I just
There's
a
no
different man, you know. I a
reasoning.
different
This is
specimen.
why I had to come onto the pod. I lack reasoning. Golly.
I'm just saying, both my kids was planned. All right.
My children won't plan. That fucking a lot of head. And see, and I'm I went down.
Ah, oh God.
Hey, listen, man. When that look at touch me, ain't no stopping me. You know. I ain't don't lose my mind, but Yeah,
So,
but at the same time, I was in a good financial position to be able to do my bike. But nah, my next child gonna definitely be a plan child. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying.
so
I
my
say hopefully
last.
only because like you know what I'm
Oh,
saying. Some man could beat the ball control, so that's
Facts.
our plan. But yeah, wrap it up. I didn't get STDs or hair, man. Wrap our shit up, man. STDs
yeah,
rampant around
yeah.
this motherfucker.
Yesterday they rampant now. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been rampant, but the game was.
I know it's some
Yeah,
boring
man.
and lame and half I ain't gonna listen, but the ones who listen, man, nice. Or at least get your girl tested and everything, man. Like have the conversation if I want to do something, man. But come on. But I'll go ahead with our
Get a
last topic.
responsibility up. My last topic, my last item on this topic is that it is okay to start over. I mean, this applies
Oh,
to everybody, but
that's a good
for
end.
people 25 and under, especially like if you're going to college, you choosing a concrete career path that you just really just beginning your life, and if it's not something you into,
You go
it's
pivot
not something you
easy.
necessarily want to do. I mean, take the lessons, take the failures, take everything that you got from that experience, but it is okay to start over from a ground zero point at that age.
Yeah,
You could completely change your career path from friggin' wanting to be a medical doctor to wanting to own a jet ski company. I mean, just understand that you could start over, and really and truly you could, for man that older, above that 25 age, you even in your 40s and your 50s,
you
it is
still
okay
fucking
to
start
start
over, bro.
over.
So
Just
life is
just
about being happy, bro. I keep telling people
hey,
this, man.
right.
We to get so caught up in every fuck. Like,
Yeah,
listen,
guys.
how are we
If
gonna
you're in your
dead?
50s and you doesn't feel in your family anymore, just walk out on them and just start over.
Oof.
It's
I
okay,
mean,
guys.
to
Hey,
be
It's
hey,
honest,
okay.
to
that's
be
the voice
honest
of
though,
reason. The head of
to
voice of
be
reason. Now
honest,
in the
yeah,
dark.
to be honest, if you are not happy in your marriage, and you just try everything you could possibly try, you 20, 25 years, 30 years in, I don't give you no wrong if you
Hey,
feel a need to start over for your happiness. You're still there for your kids.
hold
You
on,
have
bro.
a
Yeah.
healthy co-parenting
Okay, wait, hold
household.
on. If I done 20 years into my marriage and I 50, fuck it, dog. I go just, hey, listen, this is unsolicited advice. Listen, at that point, I don't give a shit. Fuck it, I go stick true. I might bust a key out here right there. But there ain't no turning back now. Fuck, I
And
see.
the point
Nah,
is,
man, artist
starting
aside.
over
It
is
is.
okay. In
Yeah, starting over is
any
okay.
situation, you could once the justification is good enough,
Yeah.
starting over is okay.
And taking a lot of the advice that we share gonna allow you to even start over. Like, for example, like you didn't rush out your parents' house. So now you don't have all these responsibilities stopping you from start over. Like sometimes people don't rush into certain things. They one of my biggest things I've always told people is I keep my debt very, very, very low. And it's allowed me to be able to pivot with a lot of things in my life because I don't have that expense. For example, like my personal experience in the military. A lot of people don't get out the military because they are created this lifestyle while they were getting a military paycheck, or they buying this, they buying that, they buying this, and then when it comes times for them actually wanting to get out, they have too much bills and they realize the civilian sector don't have jobs. In the civilian sector, it's the same thing. You increase your income. Now you don't really like this job no more, but you have to keep this kind of job to maintain the lifestyle that you created. Try to keep your debt down and those kind of things. If you guys stay in your mother house for a while you figuring it out, do that so that you could allow yourself the room to be able to start for the room to be able to change a couple things here and there, and that you didn't cripple, you didn't handcuff yourself to a certain kind of life or a certain job or a certain relationship or anything like that.
Nice.
Brian, your last one. Talk to us.
I don't think any more gems for these fellas. Can you guys
You
hit
get
on
no
the
more?
major ones?
Well,
Say
that's
less.
all good.
All
Yeah.
right.
Where you
I have one more question for you.
Let
So
me
we kind
hear
of been
it.
talking about it a little bit. What I think is a good age. I guess this is gonna be like a hypothetical question because really and truly I don't think there's no really good age. But what I think is like a good age, if you had to put age on it, a good age for marriage.
28.
yeah, I'd say 28 is a prime age, but I'd say from 25 to 30 is a
Yeah,
good
that
range
window
to
is a
be in.
good window, but
That's a good window.
I just say that number came to me and I stick into it.
I agree. I
That's a
completely
good
agree.
age.
But why I say that?
Because
I say that because
go,
oh well Bryan.
you go.
Okay.
You already married, so you go.
So I say that because at 28, right there at that age, you kind of been able to. I mean, hopefully, you did a lot of things we spoke about. You
Mm-hmm.
kind of explored who you are. You know your interests. You know what you're doing. You reach into a good point of establishment. You're probably not in the prime area for your career wise, but you well on your way. You kind of know exactly what direction you want to go in, and you just really at your prime for getting to know somebody else and starting to reach to connect with someone to build something greater. I think that's a great age to start that because then they could be part of your growth in your career part, in your life, in everything, and that creates an even stronger bond as opposed to being out in your 45, 48, you get to the highest level of your prime career wise. You get all your multiple streams of income, which was one of the advice I forgot to mention. Um, but yeah, and from there you done fully established, and now you finding somebody after that point. They wasn't there while you was building up. They wasn't there to motivate you. That connection isn't there. Of course, you could still build a strong bond, but I think from that 28, that young adult age, you really able to form a concrete bond that could last for a lifetime.
I don't think I have nothing more to say on it in terms
Yeah,
of like why. I think you sum it up real good. I will say
yeah.
this though, for the people them who are around that age, I think right now we're in a state where a lot of men is afraid to get married and shit like that. I would say don't be scared, man. Like this shit where everybody getting divorces and alimony and all them kind of negative things that come with the connotation, man. A marriage will put you ahead of the game, bro. I tell you that right now. And just a relationship in general. But when you got into a marriage and I could combine finances and you have that life partner, them kind of thing is really like a life hack a little bit. So don't be scared, man. Just take your time. Don't rush, but take your time. And the same things we talk about, like loan your partner and get yourself set up and make the decision, man. It's never too late to start over. Just if the marriage failed, the marriage fucking failed, bro. Such is fucking life.
And with that age, don't think just because we mentioned 28 and you 28
Don't
Oh yeah,
rush.
facts.
and completely single, don't feel no way. You know that's just if we had to place an age on it, um, obviously we know the dating scene is a little different right now. It could be a little difficult or at least feel difficult. But yeah, don't feel no way with that age. Don't feel like you're behind. Don't compare yourself to others. You know all the stuff we said before. Just do your thing. Your time will come. Listen to the advice that passed before, and that man, that woman will step into your life without you even looking.
That's it,
Facts,
man.
facts, 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 facts.
I give me closing words.
Me, and just say again, thank you for coming through to come through the podcast. And I gonna bring it back. My father always used to say, peace over the heart. So I leave y'all with peace over the heart. Yes, sir.
With that, we out.